Hello, TriggerBit right here. Today, I will be talking about the Young Republicans leaked group chat messages. This is going to be a shorter video, but I just thought that I had to give my opinion on it because of how big this story has gotten. The very title of this article has in quotes, "I love Hitler." That's what they're quoting. And I do want to say at this big start with all of the terrible things that they said, when do we start bullying, dude? I honestly think that should be the one that they're most punished for. You should not have "I love Hitler" in the top, because at least in my opinion, that's very clearly shock humor. Especially if you see, which I will be showing the actual context of when he says that, it's just out of the blue. It's something where your friends are like, "Oh, ha ha ha, you don't actually love Hitler. You're just saying that it's because people think that shock humor is funny." When do we start bullying, dude? That doesn't seem like a shock humor thing. That just sounds like talking about like bullying someone, which actually does hurt people a lot, and I think that should not be condoned because bullying is terrible. And I don't know. This is the actual context of the Hitler statement. They're talking about the Kansas GOP chair, and AD says that the Kansas GOP chair said, "My delegates I bring will vote for the most right-wing person," and PG responds, "Great, I love Hitler," because dictators are extremists, therefore most right-winged. So he's saying, well, the most right-wing person would be Hitler, and he's making a joke. That is not a Nazi-esque statement. That's just saying the most right-wing person is Hitler. Great, I love Hitler. It's just like a joke. It is something that you would say to a small group of friends, and it's stupid to text that, but I truly don't believe that he is a Nazi, because that's all I can say is, to boil it down to how simple this really is, that is a joke. Their next piece of evidence is them talking about the Spanish colonization of the Americas, and one person says the Spanish came to America and had sex with every single woman, and someone replies, "Sex is gay," which, again, I don't think that that's bigotry. People just call things gay, and then guys laugh at it because guys are stupid. That's just how jokes work. And then someone says sex, it was, and then they say epic, and they just take this into this thing where, oh, now they think rips are great, that they're good things. And again, this is just like if you're having a conversation with someone at 2 in the morning and it's a bunch of guys just sitting around just like saying crap to each other. A lot of the time they say stuff that they don't believe, that they just think is funny. Even if that's horrible stuff, again, we're just in an age with technology. So now people are texting the horrible stuff that people just said in the 1980s. That's all this is. And again, I just think it boils down to shock humor and like subpar jokes. And I think that that's really all this is. Alright, thanks for watching my short just kind of opinion on this, and I just don't understand why they ruined a bunch of kids' lives who were pretty clearly just, again, making jokes, and I know I've reiterated this a lot throughout this video, but I truly do think that it was just shock humor among dumb boys. And I'm not ruling out that it could have been true bigotry and true racism. That it could have been 100%, and if it is, I apologize for making this video. I was 100% wrong. You can discount everything I've said about this if it is somehow proved that they actually believe these things. But it really, to me, just seems like guys having fun, saying crap to each other, and it got leaked online, and now their lives are pretty much ruined, which I don't really think is fair. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you want more content just like this, just me spewing a random opinion, then subscribe. Please, I'll see you in the next one.